Well, it's been a tough start to the year for most retailers in South Africa. Businesses are buckling under the pressure of high inflation, the ongoing power crisis and a weak economy. The global outlook also remains negative. Sumitra Naidu takes a look at how some businesses are managing to keep their doors open.
Inflation remains high and interest rates are up 375 basis points in the last year. Consumers are not only paying more for their debt, but also for basics like bread and milk.
Inflation is terrible. I mean, we're cutting all our luxuries. What we used to buy, we're not buying anymore. We're eating one loaf of bread, we're eating one slice. Things are tough.
With all the expenses that's going up so high, we can't afford the luxuries anymore. We can't afford to go on holiday anymore and service our cars. There's no more money for that.
Our customers can barely afford food, so they're really not going to afford to repair their appliances. Our clientele is really dropping.
With household disposable income declining, retailers are scrambling to draw customers in. Most food and clothing retailers say it's the power crisis that's really eating into their revenues.
To run a business, you need to attack two things. You either attack revenues or you attack costs. So as a sector itself, generally what people would then tend to do is the outlaying of people, because if you look in that income statement, most of the businesses in that sector, you'll find that of gross income, almost 60% plus relates to people-related costs, wages, salaries.
At the moment, we are keeping our businesses alive so our staff can also support their families. If people follow my page, you'll see we have stopped doing specials, and with the way the market is at the moment, we cannot afford to do that. I even shortened my menu, so we've got very limited stuff just so that we can survive.
Recent stats showed business liquidations shot up over 30% in December last year. 159 businesses closed shop during the Christmas period. In total, 1,905 businesses were liquidated in 2022.
The impacts of load shedding has been very devastating to the retail sector in particular, because remember, they have to keep the lights on no matter what. One of our retail members, for instance, is now spending almost 1 billion a year on fuel costs alone. And there's so many taxes. Each rand being spent on diesel is going straight to the government coffers by way of all sorts of excise duties and taxes. Government should actually give our retail sector the rebate, because otherwise this is not a sustainable program.
Some big retailers have invested heavily in backup power, but they may not be able to withstand the longer power cuts. Sumitra Naidu, CGTN, Johannesburg, South Africa.